The Cowboys lost to the Rams. They're out of the playoffs. And I believe the Cowboys' playoff window just closed. The next 5 years, it's over for Dallas. Their chance of winning a Super Bowl in the next 5 years, it's ended. It doesn't mean they won't make the playoffs. Doesn't mean they might not have a couple good years. But here's why I think the window of opportunity for the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl is over. 2 words, salary cap. It's very simple. First the Cowboys are going to have to pay Dak Prescott this offseason, and they're probably going to overpay him. I'd give him $16 million, and that's more than I'm comfortable, but it's better than it would. They're probably going to give him closer to 2022. But even after that, they're going to have to still pay DeMarcus Lawrence, and then later they're going to have to pay Ezekiel Elliott. It's over. The Dallas Cowboys had a chance to capitalize on the fact that they had really cheap stars, and now they're going to have to start paying their star players to keep them in Dallas. And, you just have 3 giant leeches sucking away all your salary cap. And the Cowboys are not going to be able to fill out the rest of their roster down the road in the future. And they're not going to build a team that's capable of winning a Super Bowl. We saw a very similar thing happen to the Seattle Seahawks in 2015. In summer of 2015, the Seattle Seahawks signed Russell Wilson to a massive, massive contract. And it ended their run. The reason why the Seattle Seahawks window of opportunity closed was, they had an aging defense, yada, yada, but part of why Seattle won so much in Russell Wilson's early years was they were paying Russell Wilson diddly squat, paying him nothing. And when you're paying a quarterback the league minimum, you can spend money elsewhere to build your roster. A great move they made in their Super Bowl run against the Denver Broncos. The Seattle Seahawks went out and got Percy Harvin. And Percy Harvin was hurt like the entire year. Until the Super Bowl, he got healthy and made a huge impact. And they had a bunch of just like weapons everywhere that they don't have anymore because they can't afford to based on the way their salary cap is structured. So similar to the Seattle Seahawks in 2015, when their window closed as they had to pay their quarterback, Russell Wilson, the Dallas Cowboys Super Bowl window is about to close. They're going to have to pay Dak Prescott, DeMarcus Lawrence, Ezekiel Elliott, and it's going to be too much. They're not going to be able to fill out the rest of their roster. And it's very sad. They might make the playoffs, but they had an opportunity to take advantage of star players with really cheap contracts, and they don't. Here's a great example. Look at the LA Rams. The LA Rams paid everybody this year. What they did, they got a bunch of stars. Jared Goff's making almost nothing. So they went out and got Aqib Talib, Dominican Sue, Brandon Cooks, Marcus Peters. They spent money building their roster and filling out their roster to have a Super Bowl run. And so that's all because, and made possible because of Jared Goff's really small contract. When you pay the quarterback and you start paying other star players, your ability to spend money elsewhere and build out and fill out the rest of your roster will end very quickly. And I'm curious what happens to the Rams in the next couple of years when they got to pay Jared Goff, when other star players like Aqib Talib's going to leave, Marcus Peters is probably going to leave, and Dominican Sue's not going to stay there. It's not sustainable. And so the Cowboys had a chance to get a title the way the Eagles did with a really cheap quarterback like Carson Wentz last year. And the Cowboys, sadly, blew their opportunity. Their window is now closed. Oh, I hate doing this. It makes me feel uncomfortable. I really don't like self-promotion. It makes me feel like a used car salesman. But I got to do it. So if you don't know, this is my podcast, Strong Opinion Sports. It's my favorite thing in the world. And you can subscribe on iTunes, SoundCloud. You can find it on YouTube. You can find the full entire hour-long podcast on YouTube. You can also find shorter breakout clips like the one you just watched. Please do me a favor. If you like anything I had to say, maybe you hate me and you're mad about something, share this podcast with your friends. Share it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever you want to do. Help me grow by telling your friends about this show.